So I have this lovely Tyranid Exocrine and Haruspex kit, which allows you to make one of the two Tyranid models, and obviously I want to have the flexibility to use both in my games. So I'm just looking at the best way to try and magnetise this. Thought I would share it in case anybody else wants to try something similar. I've built it up to this level, so effectively the core chassis of the monster. So without his head and without his front arms, but everything else is on. People I'm sure would say you should paint him first because it's easier, but that's not the way I roll. So we're just going for sticking it together. So so I've got the two head pieces. So the Exocrine head here and the Haruspex, and I've just been having a look at how these fit, and I think that we're going to go for a magnet in here. We're going to have to use some green stuff, I think, to fill some space here to put a nice magnet on. And the Haruspex head seems to be quite solid as standard anyway. So yeah, little bit of drilling, bit of a magnet, and hopefully that will all go together quite nicely. We will see. So these are the magnets that I've got. I'm going to go with the bigger ones because I want to get a decent level of hold when I get these on. So yeah, I'm going to use one of these on the chassis of the model and then one on each of the heads as well, and hopefully that will give it enough strength just to hold that on. So I've just used this. I just use this by hand, just a standard little drill bit. It happens to be the same diameter as the magnets I use. Maybe through luck, maybe through judgment. So I've just drilled a little hole in there. It's not perfectly straight, but just super glued it in. That seems to have done the trick. So with the Haruspex head, again, haven't even super glued this one. It seems to be working well. So that's just drilled in. Just obviously being careful to get the polarity right, otherwise they will reject each other. And now we just click it in, and there he goes. That's gone on pretty well. Quite happy with that, and it's actually quite useful. It's got a little bit at the bottom that kind of holds it in. I can even give him a fancy little different head pose by the look of it. So yeah, happy with that. That's holding strong. A little shape test. Good. So now I need to work out the Exocrine. So I've just cut myself off a bit of green stuff. I'm just going to get a bit of water just to make it easier to work with in your hands. Otherwise it gets really, really sticky. I know some people use Vaseline as well, but I find a bit of water is fine. And then we're just going to basically work that around until it goes that nice green colour. And hopefully I won't need too much, we'll soon see. And then hopefully I can implant that in the back of the Exocrine head, or probably in the back of the gun, I think is where it's going to go. Attach a magnet, and that could be that bit done. And there we've got the green stuff firmly filling the cavity with a nice little magnet inside. So I'm just going to let that set. I've put a bit of super glue on there as well. Just going to let that set, and fingers crossed that is going to hold like a little beauty, and my second head will be ready to go. Hopefully I'll be able to come back soon and show you the results. So here we have the finished article built in Haruspex. So if you have a quick look, we've got the magnetised claws now. So you'll see, quite simple, larger magnet, magnetised head, another claw there. So just to show where the magnet is on the back of this one, so really easy to place the magnet in there. Here's my magnet in the green stuff. That clicks in very nicely, really, really sturdy. And then the Exocrine has a couple of little diddy arms, which I've misplaced underneath the magazine, and I've used the smaller magnets on these because I want to save my larger ones a little bit, but yeah, just a smaller one. And then they just pop on, no problem at all. There you go. A completed Exocrine, if that's what I want to take to the tabletop. So doing it that way probably just gives me a bit more versatility. Obviously, when the new codex comes out, whenever that might be, you just never know what's going to be good. And sometimes it's just fun to bring different models. So yeah, now I've got my choice of the two. That's how to magnetise the Haruspex or the Exocrine. Hope that's helpful to someone. See you soon. Bye.